This is Sensei Buck Snyder. I'm a martial artist, nature lover, and total nerd. Come have fun with Sensei in the Wild.
What's up, YouTube? We're here with another snake video, and look what we have. We have a baby copperhead snake. Now, this is a southern copperhead, and you can tell by a lot of ways. First of all, you can see his little tiny size. Brand new copperheads are between 7 and 9 inches long, and this one's just barely 7 inches, I think. So he's right on the tiny end on that scale. So I think he was just born in the last couple weeks. And one of the very, very obvious signs that he's a brand new snake is look at his little tail. A lot of snakes will have this bright colored tail, but especially a copperhead. And these tails are brightly yellow for the first year of their life, and it fades as they age. So by the time they hit 1 year old, the tail is completely normal color. And so that's a really cool feature on this little guy, though, because look how bright that is. And it's a neat feature for these little guys because if a predator tries to come and get this snake, that yellow tail is bright and will draw their attention. So they'll try to go to the tail. And that'll be able to allow the snake to either escape or turn and bite and defend itself instead of something going for its head. Now you can see this little guy, he's slinking along here because he's not used to the plastic. And normally they'd slither just like any other kind of snake, but he is a pit viper. Remember, that means that he is venomous. And we can tell that for a bunch of ways, but here in the United States, pit vipers have pupils that are vertical, they go up and down. And he has pits under his eyes. His little tiny pits are itty bitty because his little face is so small, but you can see he's got a hole right there between the tip of his snout and his eyeball, and that's the pit. And those pits help him sense body heat. So when he gets close to a prey, because they eat mice or birds or different animals that generate heat, when they get near them, they can sense that heat through those pits, and then they'll strike them. And when they strike them, they deliver venom that is a hemotoxin. And the hemotoxin attacks the blood, and it can do a couple things. It attacks the blood cells, the red blood cells specifically, or it can cause the blood not to clot, and so the victim will bleed to death. And now, in the case of copperheads, remember I've told you this before, but I'll repeat it. They are the most common bites in the United States that get reported to medical people. So people get bitten by copperheads and go to the doctor more than any other snake. And these are the least venomous of the pit vipers, but they still are venomous. So, and the thing is, people just think too that the smaller snakes are more venomous than an adult snake. But that's not true. The little snake's venom is just as potent as the adult snake. The only thing is, size determines on how much venom is injected. So this snake's here's venom won't be as much as a bigger copperhead, and a full-grown copperhead can grow up to 30 inches long. So this little guy would have a lot to grow before you get big to deliver a lethal amount of venom, if it is even lethal. Most people don't die from the bite. Most of the time there's just amputations or just irritation from the bite. So, cool thing about this little snake is we're going to take him, and we did find him right here in my yard. And so we're going to take him to a safe place and turn him free where he can live happily and not be around people. It's always dangerous for these snakes to be around people, not because of the people, but because of the snakes. The people around here, my neighbors, they think any good snake is a dead snake, so they'll kill this tiny little snake just because he's a snake. Whether he's a copperhead or not, they'll kill him. So I'll take him somewhere else where he'll have a fighting chance where a human won't be able to kill him. And one thing, too, about copperheads is just an interesting fact, is that they would much rather run or try to hide than bite. They're very non-aggressive as far as most pit vipers go. So, like this little guy is very chill, and now he's very active right now because he was out hunting when we found him. But most of the time, these guys are ambush predators. They'll sit very still and wait for prey to get near them, and then they'll strike. And look, you can see his little tongue coming out right now. Remember, snakes don't smell through their noses; they smell through their tongues. So the little tongue comes out, tastes the air, goes back, and gives them information about their surroundings. And if they taste a predator nearby, their tongue will tell them that. So, one cool thing too, a distinguishing characteristic about copperheads you can always see is this pattern on their backs. Now, This one is like two different shades of brown, a lighter and a darker brown. Some can be gray. If you watched my previous video, the Copperhead in it was very gray looking. But these patterns are almost like Hershey Kisses if you look at them. And that's a distinguishing characteristic of the Copperhead snake. So, anyway, guys, we're going to take him and turn him free in just a minute. And we always show the videos of us turning the snakes free because I believe it's important that you understand that I am relocating and turning these snakes free. That I'm not taking them out and killing them as soon as the camera ends. I'm staying true to my word, and I do relocate them. So we will show you that shortly. All right, guys, we're out here at night. We're going to turn the little Copperhead free. I found this spot right here, so we're just going to dump him right here. And there he goes. All right, he's on his way. So always keep it wild.